we're doing our first weekly draft.
Yes.
This week is in honor of our first episode. Players we would most like to see win their first NBA championship.
Yes.
Current players, obviously. Charles Barkley, that would have been nice for him to get one.
Yeah.
But he's not a current player. So, current players we'd most like to see. I'm interested to see how you approach this because there's a couple ways you could do it.
Okay.
But we'll get into that. At the end of the draft, you can decide who has the best picks. We're not going to literally argue about it.
Fight over it.
But you can decide who has the best picks, and we'll just
leave
a comment.
Yeah, leave it in the comments
and let us know. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? We're going to go snake style, by the way. So your first pick, I have 2 and 3. You have 4 and 5.
You can go first. All right, you're going to pick
sure?
Ja Morant. You're going to pick Ja Morant.
You'd be surprised, buddy. I'm not a homer.
I'm going to tell you.
I'm an NBA fan.
I want to tell you this.
I'm a Grizzlies fan, but I'm an NBA fan.
I'm going to tell you this. I will not pick Ja Morant. He's not on my pool because I knew you'd pick him. So out of respect.
No, who knows? By the way,
I'm not going to take Ja.
We're doing 5 apiece, unless you want to do like.
Let's do 5. Let's do 5.
5 apiece?
Yeah, let's do 5.
Because I want to get in depth about this.
Let's do it. Just explain yourself. Explain yourself after every pick.
I'm not putting Ja in my top 5.
Really?
And I'll tell you why in a minute.
What?
Okay, my first pick.
Okay.
Damian Lillard.
Well, let's take him off the board.
Damian Lillard is the number 1 guy I want to see win an NBA championship currently.
In parentheses,
it's not even close for me.
In parentheses in this list, I have the reason why I would like to see it, and in parentheses, Damian Lillard just said loyalty. I mean, that's what it comes down to. The dude's the most loyal.
I love Damian Lillard. If there's anybody in the NBA currently, and actually there's a couple more that deserve – well, they're all deserving. They're NBA players, but Damian Lillard I love him. I love Damian Lillard. And your loyalty to a franchise should be
it should pay off.
Rewarded.
It should pay off for sure.
If he somehow got it in Portland, man, dude, I wouldn't be mad about that. I would be rooting for him. So, again, I'll tell you later on, but I approach this a little different. I'll just say it right now. I didn't pick any young guys. Because the way I see it, I'm picking guys that have a few years left, and like they're kind of like their primes are sort of out the door, and so guys like Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Luka, they've got years and years, 10 years
for sure, for sure.
Guys like Damian Lillard, the clock's ticking, Dame time, no pun intended, but
yeah, it is.
He's number 1 for me. So
my first pick will be. Dang, I should have ranked these. I got 2 though right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take him off. So you
who was the second pick in the draft and your first pick?
Russell Westbrook.
Not a bad pick, man. I gotta take him off mine now too.
Russell Westbrook.
Okay, why?
Because he was an animal in OKC. You know, they had the finals. When they go to the finals, 2012 with him, Harden, KD.
Yeah. That was the last time he went.
KD leaves. You know,
he stayed. He was Damian Lillard of OKC to a degree, the loyal guy.
And now it's just like I see him kind of like struggling, and it's like, dude, if he had a championship, that would just kind of like, I don't know,
make it all better.
It would.
I'm rooting for Russ.
The dude plays now,
especially as much hate as he's gotten.
He made me mad. He don't make me anymore because he's gone, but he made me mad. You know. Missing layups and stuff, just point blank. But, dude, I really am. And I don't know if he will get his ring, which is sad to say, but that's my first pick, man.
See, now, he may not – he's probably not going to stay with the Jazz. So if he gets bought out and he ends up with the Clippers, chances are better than when he was in the Lakers.
Yeah, I ain't got the Clippers winning the ring anytime soon.
You don't want to meet them in the playoffs, though.
I don't want to meet them in the playoffs.
They got experience.
Clippers are going to be the Clippers. I mean,
who do you got at 3?
Okay.
Please don't steal my 4th pick.
I'm going to try to read your mind here. Let's go. I'm going to take him off the board. Paul George.
Okay. I like my picks better.
Okay.
I got Valerie. But I cannot argue with Paul George.
All right, here's my.
Okay.
The dude on the Pacers, him, Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert, George Hill, that was a squad, man. And got the
It's kind of an unconventional squad. It's not a super team by any means.
And
it's just it worked.
That team goes on to the finals and has a chance to win.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals. But
and they got bounced by the GOAT.
That's what I was getting into. They like so many teams in the 2010s were so hot, but then they ran into LeBron. I mean,
yeah.
And I hate to say it, but the playoff P nickname is, if he don't start doing, I mean, he's really done nothing to prove that he's, how are you going to give him that name when he really hasn't done?
He does struggle a little bit in the playoffs.
I know. It's just,
it's a story that, a lot of players experience. they all go through that.
But I would love to see my boy win a championship.
My reasoning for that would be different.
Not on the Clippers.
Because, the way he broke his leg in return from injury.
Yes.
That would be why I want to see him succeed. I just like Paul George. He's a likable guy.
He is.
He's on my list. I had him at 5.
So you ranked yours.
I ranked mine in order of where I want them out on the board. And my second pick is still here.
Okay.
You didn't take my second pick.
Just go for it.
Russell Westbrook was my third, but
okay, let's hear
my second pick is still here.
Okay, who is it?
Derrick Rose.
Oh my gosh.
You forgot about D Rose?
Yes.
I need that guy to get
Who's
a chip.
Is he on the?
He's on the Knicks.
Knicks, yes, he's still on the Knicks. Man.
So I still got D Rose.
I ain't too bummed out about that pick.
Okay, for you non-basketball fans, let me just paint the picture. Dude, okay, I'm about to get into this.
Dude was jaw before jaw.
The youngest MVP.
Yes.
Superstar talent, electrifying guy. On and off the court. Well, no, really not. He's just on the court.
Dude's like talking to that wall.
He wasn't charismatic, but on the court, jumping out the gym. You're right. He was like
the jaw before jaw.
But then he got hurt over and over and over again,
now
bouncing back every time, but was less and less of the player he was when he was younger. And from Chicago, he played there, and they were good for a period of time. And then he just got hurt, and then he never got back to that status. And then he got traded around. He bounced around from Knicks to the Timberwolves to the Cavs. Not in that order, but just unfortunate, dude. And Russell Westbrook is getting, without the injuries, to be the same story as Derrick Rose, where teams aren't valuing him, and they're just shipping him around. But I badly want to see D Rose get a chip, dude. Bad. He deserves one.
He does. He does deserve one. He wasn't even on my list, like my player pool here.
Because he's not forgettable. You can't forget D Rose, but in the current NBA,
now he's forgettable. In the current
NBA, it's easy to forget. An older player that I would love to see get one on his way out. Just somehow.
He's kind of just drifted into the shadows, man.
It's a story. It's an unfortunate story.
Yeah, it is.
Now at 5. For me, well, my third pick, but the 5th pick in the draft.
Okay.
Who do I want to take? I'm going to take Chris Paul.
Okay, he was on mine too.
I'm going to take Chris Paul. I really don't love Chris Paul, but he's on his way out the door. He deserves a chip. I feel like, like I said, I don't love Chris Paul. I like his game. He's a player that aggravates me when I'm playing against him. Pesky guy. Always playing tough, but I just think back to the Lob City days when we would play them, and we hated that team. But they also, if you happen to hear dogs barking, we apologize. That would be our dogs that we put in the garage for the sake of the podcast for you guys. So just tone it out.
They've been good so far.
They've been good so far, but they heard me talking about Chris Paul and like, shut the hell up. We love Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
okay.